Good afternoon, listening to Raconteurs news. It's preview. Sorry about that. Okay, now hang on. Good afternoon, listen. There you go. All right, it's Raconteurs news preview. What is coming up on the show this week? I'll tell you what we've got coming up on the show. On Monday, we have a guy from, let me just check this, he's from South Africa. He's said that he will come on and speak to us. He's talking about the white genocide that's happening in South Africa at the moment. His name is blah, blah, blah. Schalk van der Meer. He's from South Africa, and I had a message from the Smiths. They're called the people that we deal with. They live in Texas, but they're South African, and Schalk van der Meer is going to be talking about the calls for slaughtering of whites, including women and children, and in South Africa, and that's going to be happening on Monday. And on Tuesday, I've got a guest for the second hour, and the guest is going to be Andy Young. Andy's going to be coming and doing his swan song on Tuesday in the second hour. So the first hour is just going to be myself and probably Webby or anybody else. And on Tuesday, so the second hour, Andy's going to be coming on, doing his final little bit, his swan song, shall we say, and I'm just going to be talking about and playing a few clips, a few Andy clips, and so that's what's happening on Monday and Tuesday. I wanted to get into what's happened today. I got up this morning and I noticed on Facebook that I'd been called a disgrace because I'd given Annie Logical a platform to reply after we'd had Lee Garrett on and Mark Steele and all these things, and they'd made accusations. So we had Annie Logical on. Now, I was called a disgrace by Lee Garrett now on Facebook, so I responded naturally. I responded and said, I gave you a chance, and I gave her a chance, and yada yada yada, and blah blah blah. So I've had a load of, let's just say, a lot of abuse. I had a phone call from Lee, which I'm going to play tomorrow night. By the way, you're going to love this, calling me a cunt and all sorts of things, simply because I gave Annie Logical a platform. There's really nothing in it. There's really nothing from my side. I didn't want it. Like I've always said, I ain't got a dog in this fight. I'm not on one side or the other, but I was called disgraceful. So I'm going to defend myself. So I defended myself. Then I got a phone call from Lee. I managed to record sort of last couple of minutes of it where he's calling me a cunt and a paedophile and all these sort of things. I'm going to play that on the show tomorrow night. I'm going to show you what Lee Garrett is. I've also had abuse from Mark Steele as well. Mark Steele has shown his true colours. He's decided that he wants to be fair, I think what has happened with Lee's a bit naive. He's a bit simple. He's a bit is young, and he's been moulded. And I think that Lee's probably been moulded and groomed by Mark Steele. But I just tried to defend myself. I just said that we were giving people. If you read everything that's written on Facebook, you'll see that all I was doing was saying, leave me out of it. It's no to do with me. It's nothing to do with me. It's not my fucking fate. I'm not on one side or other. But yet they still went after me, and it got up to a point where they were calling me fucking one-legged bastard, all this sort of shit. To be fair, I don't give a fuck. Could not give a flying fuck. about Lee fucking Garrett. I mean, what a fucking waste of time. Wait till we hear this. The recording that I made. I've made a recording of him on the phone to me, and I'd like to also mention now, because I didn't want to do it before because I thought it were unfair. You know, I like to be fair, but I didn't want to do it before. But the weekend, but I'm going to tell you this: the weekend before we had Annie Logical on, we also I got a phone call from Mark Steele and Lee Garrett, and they were telling me to cancel the interview, not to do the interview, not to do it, simply because she was a cunt, she was a liar, she was this, she was that, she was the other. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Annie Logical came on our show, defended her corner, provided us with evidence, documents and things like that, and gave us a good account of what she was doing, what she was up to, and why. When Lee Garrett and Mark Steele came on, they didn't. To be fair, they didn't provide any evidence for what they were suggesting, apart from, "Oh, the babies are dying, and you're gonna be fucking fucked for fucking yeah," all this sort of shit. So, you know, what can you do? What do you do? Do you side with the person that's got evidence, or do you side with the person that has no evidence and has been and threatened me? They essentially threatened me on the Saturday before the Annie Logical interview. They threatened me. They said that I'd be the cause of death for loads and loads of children. "Oh, the babies, they're gonna kill you. You're gonna kill loads of babies." All that sort of shit. So anyway, I've been threatened by these fucking clowns, fucking Mark Steele, right? For fuck's sake, MI5. Come on, you're having a laugh, aren't you? In intelligence services, MI5 are the duggies. It's the thick kid class, and he still wouldn't be able to get into it because he's a fucking idiot. And what he's done is he's groomed this guy, this Lee, to get on to and just basically become they've become like an emotional fucking part of. It's an emotional campaign. It's not a campaign about facts or look at this. We've got this report. We've got this. We've got this. We've done this testing, and all that's all it is oh, you know, babies, nosebleeds, fucking cancer, everyone's dying, and all this sort of stuff, and they've got no evidence of that as well. And I asked Lee in the phone call that he had with me earlier on if he had any evidence, and he said, "Yeah, I've got loads of evidence, but you didn't ask for any. So, you know, if you're going to make claims, you need to provide evidence. But because I didn't ask for it, apparently that's a good enough reason to not provide any." So I've also been told. You'll see this. I'm going to play this tomorrow night. Believe me, I'm going to play the unless I get a grovelling apology from Lee Garrett and fucking dickhead Steele, then which after I calling him dickhead, it's probably not going to happen. But unless I get a grovelling apology, I'm going to play this. And now they're threatening to come to my house. They're taking the piss out of the fact that I've got one leg, which don't really bother me. I mean, I've just fucking been out. I've been out at shop. I'm on my leg, and you know, it's cool. They can fucking take piss all they want. You know, they think they're fucking big hard men, and yet there's me, this fucking bloke who's fucking nobody with no hair or fuck all. But you know, I know what it's like to have your leg amputated while you're awake. So I've been through all that. I can't see any of them doing any of that sort of shit because they're just fucking fake dickhead wankers. Sorry, I seem to be getting a little bit emotional about it, but you know, I'm going to get emotional about it. You know, when people press you, I didn't ask to be in this argument. It was the fact that I was in there. Webby had tagged me in it, so I saw it, And I thought to myself, it's disgrace. I mean, it didn't even spell disgrace right. I mean, Lee, you're an idiot. If you want to debate, if you want to talk, that's fine. But you don't. All you ever do is shout over the top. It's always just shouting. I've been told today that I've got blood on my hands from, babies dying because of 5G, because I'm a 5G denier. Just simply because I gave somebody a platform to reply to accusations that were made against them. Now, if you've got two sides of a story, and you've got one side saying one thing, you've got one side saying another, right? The one side saying one thing, they're coming on and making accusations, not following it up. There's no evidence, right? They might be able to say, "Oh, go to this website, go to that website," but there wasn't any evidence. It was just hearsay. And do you know what? To be fair, fine. I was happy with that. Then I give a right to reply because they made accusations against somebody else. And when that person comes on, that person then comes on, provides evidence, shows us different things. And to be fair, I don't even care who's right or wrong. I just wanted to be imbalanced. To be balanced, not imbalanced. I wanted to be balanced. I wanted for both sides to have the say. But then when it all spills over and it also goes into social media, and then I get dragged into it. And then when I get dragged into it and I'm told by somebody who's fucking wet behind the ears, I mean, Lee, for God's sake. And, oh, by the way, I'm homophobic as well, because I made, when they threatened to come to my house and citizens arrest me, I don't know what the fucking hell that means. What are they going to do? Where are they going to take me? They're going to take me to custody and fucking put me in custody or handcuffs or whatever. Open door. Hello there. You are fucking citizens arrested by what? Aye, fuck. No. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Are they going to drag me out of the house? Are they going to? You can't sit. What's point in citizens arresting somebody? So I take that as a threat to come to my house and kick me head in. So I said, look, even with one fucking leg, I'm sure we have to kick fuck out of you, Lee, and I'm pretty sure I would. And I'm not a big tough guy. In fact, I'm not even a violent guy. I'm not even. I've never been into that sort of thing. But you come to my house. Come to my house, Lee. Come. It's here. In Sheffield. I'll even give you my postcode and my address if you want to come. And oh, by the way, he's got loads of stuff on me. He knows all sorts of stuff about me that I've got hidden in the background and all this kind of dog shit that they fucking spout, and the fucking morons. Moronic. That's all they are. They're morons. And morons, you know what morons are? They're the gift that keeps on giving. And they tell me that I'm fucking, it's really pissed me off, this. I don't know if you can tell, but it is really pissed me off because I wasn't involved in this argument. This argument was nothing to do with me. Nothing at all to do with me. It's something that I didn't want to be involved in, but I find myself involved in. And when somebody says I'm a disgrace, I'm going to defend myself. So I'm going to play let me just give you I'll give you a quick preview. See if you can. I'll give you a quick preview of what he. Here we go. Have a listen to this. This is just a little bit of a preview of how the conversation went. Bear in mind, I only got the last bit because I was trying to find some. I thought to myself, well, soon when I thought, oh, I should fucking record this, it took me ages to work out how to record it. So I ended up doing it through my laptop on Audacity. This is a bit of it. There you go. That's it. Don't get any better than that. I don't know if you heard that. You're a cunt. I'm fake news and I'm a cunt. But I'm going to play the whole thing tomorrow night, unless I get a grovelling apology from you, Lee. And I suggest you do, because, you've just lost all credibility, and Mark Steele has as well. So Annie Logical, I'm on your side now. I didn't have a dog in that fight before, now I have, and it's you, Annie. You're the dog in my fight. So thank you very much, Annie Logical. I'm going to play the whole of that tomorrow night. It fucking really pissed me off. It's really fucking done me head in. Really done me head in. And I don't like my head being done in. You know, and when people start, think, all right, it was me that first mentioned that I'd only got one leg. I said, I think I posted something like, oh, because he'd threatened me, and I said, well, he'll come to my house, and I said, I can see the headline now, gay man threatens a one-legged man. And so, you know, and then I got called homophobic because I'd said gay man. It's not homophobic. I love gays. Gays are ace. Fucking brilliant. But obviously he thinks it's such a bad thing to be called gay, so he thinks it's a bad thing, so he's the one that's homophobic, not me. And you understand, you know, when you're in an argument with somebody, that's what you do. The one thing that you can say to a straight man that's going to really rile him up, and I mean this, and this is nothing homophobic about this, but if you say to a straight man that they're gay, that's going to rile them up fucking somewhat chronic. And it's not because, I just don't know. But anyway, he's got all riled up, and he thinks that I'm homophobic, and Mark Steele's called me homophobic, and they've got all this stuff on me as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, Mark Steele, Lee fucking Garrett, whatever your fucking name is, you fucking thick cunt. I suggest that all the stuff you've got on me, you've published. And tomorrow night, we'll all hear how you present yourself and your argument. You're never going to get anywhere with this 5G campaign by just arguing with people and calling them out and saying this and saying that or saying other. But then again, that's what Mark's done. Mark's got you to do that. Mark's got you into that situation. Mark is the one who's riling this all up. And I know people think that Mark might be MI5, but he's not. Believe me, he's not. He's not MI5. He's too thick to be MI5 for a start. And MI5 are the thickest of the intelligence services. So he couldn't even get into that. So anyway, that's what's happening on Raconteurs News this week. Oh, you've had a good weekend. Ooh, I'm just gonna go away and watch Liverpool Man United. What's scoring at the moment? No, I can't tell. I can't see because my fucking eyeballs are wank. But yeah, that's what's going on this week. So I'm going to play the entire, not the entire phone call, but the part of the phone call that I could, where he calls me a paedophile, and that's probably a bit disingenuous. He says, "What if I called you a paedophile?" So, you know, he wasn't calling me a paedophile and this sort of thing. But really, Mark Steele, Lee Garrett, whatever you've got, just bring it. Let's have it. And, you know, I expect to see you at my door because you told me you're coming. So I want the pair of you at my door, and you'll see what this fucking one-legged man can do. Because you know what? You're gonna be living in a whole. You're not even going to turn up. You're not even going to turn up, are you? For fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Lee Garrett probably can't even afford a fucking bus ride from Newcastle. I know I couldn't afford a bus ride up there. But I'll tell you what I am doing. As soon as I get my car, I'm going to see my mate Heath, who lives in South Shields. So I'll be able to come up and see you. So we look forward to that. Anyway, this week on Raconteurs News, Monday, we've got a thing on... let me find it. Where are we? Someone from the BLF. His name is Schalk van der Meer. So that's spelt Schalk, S-C-H-A-L-K, Van as in Van, Der as in Lee Garrett, and Meer as in M-E-R. ERWE. So have a look at that guy. Have a look at what is going on there as well. Have a look at what's going on there. And on Tuesday, I don't know about the first hour. It's probably going to be some sort of filler. It's probably going to be me talking crap. But the second hour, we're going to have Andy Young on. We're going to play some classic Andy Young clips and just have a chat about what's going on. Give him a swan song. Let him say farewell to everybody. As it's probably going to be the last show, one of the last shows of the year anyway, but the last scheduled show, shall we say, of 2018. So that's what's going on this week. Let's see what's going on. Yep. 11 to 58. Stewie says, not all gays are ace. Super Leeds is in there. Hey up. Society of the Spectacle is in there as well. Oh, yes, as well. We're going to be doing, there's going to be at some point, I think probably one night, I'm going to be going to speaking with Cookie because we had a bit of a disagreement on one of his shows. So I think it's probably going to be on his show on Monday night. So I think his show's 9 till 11. So I'll probably do the 10 till 11. But anyway, I'm going to sort that out with Cookie on there. So thank you very much for watching. And thanks very much for your continued support, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Yeah, look at me with my fucking wank leg. Look at that. Can you get your leg up there like that? Can you, Lee? Or Mark? No. Can you get blood blisters by just putting fucking hand behind your fucking... No. See you later. See you next week. Love y'all.